Hey, what's up? It's Tati and I'm back with another review of AEW Rampage. We started off with a rematch with Sammy Guevara and Action Andretti. These two actually deliver another great banger. However, my complaint is I thought that this storyline was over. Why do we see these two going at it again? I kind of thought that with Ricky Starks winning that match, and since Ricky and Action Andretti kind of had like an alliance against the Jericho Appreciation Society, that we wouldn't be seeing any matchup between these guys again. However, it does not seem to be the case. Maybe they're done with Ricky and not with Action Andretti. I don't know. And I think it's kind of weird too because they're going for a Trios Gold on Wednesday. So it just felt like, do we need to see this right now? No, but they did end up having a great match. The only other thing I could probably complain about is why have a rematch just to have Daniel Garcia get involved and help Sammy Guevara winning this match? He ends up winning with a GTH, and to me it's just like, it's annoying, especially when two people are having a great match and then it has an interference. I hate that we're seeing it too often. I don't like it. Next up, we have the Acclaim versus Jack Cartwheel and Starboard Charlie. And if you don't know who these two are, then it would seem like the Acclaimed are going against a bunch of nobodies. And this was another squash match that AEW just feel like needs to be done on every show, every day of the week. I am so over it. It was probably like 3 minutes long. The Acclaim won. I feel like them coming off from being AEW tag champions, this is just not the way to go with booking them. I just feel like they're, even though they're so popular and over with the fans, it almost seems like the booking with the tag team division has just gone to shit, and they need to make some improvements. I don't like this at all. We also do have Daddy Magic and Angelo coming out, and they're offering for the Acclaim to join the Jericho Appreciation Society. Like, what the hell? They would never even fit with them. Like, that idea should never even be tossed around. I don't know what they're doing with the tag division, but while they're doing that whole thing with getting the ROH tag division up, they need to be doing that with the AEW tag division, because something ain't right here. Up next, we had Takeshita versus Preston Vance, and this was a really great match. I did enjoy it. Now, they don't need to be any storylines for every match on a card, but I do feel like both these guys have something that they want to prove. We have Preston just coming off from the Dark Order, and he wants to prove himself as a singles competitor and for people to take him seriously as well, which is why he joined the LFI. And then we have Tenosuke Takeshita, who I think last week said something about how he's not accomplishing what he wants to accomplish, such as, you know, getting gold or whatnot, and he might just go back to Japan. And we have Don Callis, who basically said that, you know, let me take you under my wing for a bit. If you're not feeling it, then I'll pay for you to go back to Japan. And we had Don on commentary as well, and I'm not really sure where they're going with Don being a mouthpiece for Takeshita, because I feel like unless you guys plan on putting gold on him in the next few months, he doesn't need that right now. So I just feel like there's a lot of work that needs to be done with building a lot of singles competitors, especially these two. They can put on a really great match, and I did enjoy it, but I just feel like something is missing. With Preston being part of the LFI, you know, he's heel, so we do have Jose, the assistant, who does interfere in this match. But I didn't mind it because the interference did not cause, you know, Takeshita to lose this match. So Takeshita does end up winning. And I'm just interested to see, like, where they're going with Takeshita. I know there's a bit of a language barrier or whatnot, so he might not be able to express himself in English. So this is probably why they want Don Callis to be by his side. But if y'all not gonna put gold on him, don't even bother. So after that, we have Mark Briscoe, who comes out to address the ROH tag titles, and he announced that there's going to be a Reach for the Sky ladder match at the Supercard of Honor pay-per-view, which I do think it's a great idea. And he also announced that the Lucha Brothers are going to be part of that match. So they're the first people announced that to be confirmed to be part of that match. I do think that in the next few weeks, maybe up to, if it's more than like 6 teams, I feel like it would be an overkill. 6 is pretty pushing it, because there's a lot to watch with teams, you know, because now if you got 6 teams, you got 12 people in the ring, and you already know there's going to be some type of interference or something. But I do think it's a great idea. Hopefully it's not too many teams so it doesn't look like an eyesore. So I'm definitely excited to see that. Okay, so I think it was yesterday, Vicky Guerrero posted that she'll no longer be on TV. Her contract is coming to an end, and I do think that that's a shame. So with this match with Nyla and Riho, we don't have Vicky out tonight. We do have Marina Shafir with Nyla. So, there is something I did notice these past few weeks. You know how like Mark Henry would have his line every week, so he'll have both opponents, they're basically talking at each other, whatever, and then Mark has his line, it's time for the main event or whatever. They're not doing that anymore. It's only just Mark saying his line and that's it. I do find that to be a little bit weird, because I felt like that was something that you typically always see on Rampage. So they've changed that, and I mean, it is what it is, but I just realized that they're definitely probably cut that from the show. So now when it comes to Riho and Nyla, you can definitely see a size difference with these two. However, something JR says on commentary kind of ruins the rest of the match for me. And what that was is that they specifically mentioned that Riho weighs 98 pounds. Now, someone who is watching would be like, wow, she's 98 pounds and she's going against Nyla. Wow, that's cool. She must be strong. She's a great fighter, blah, blah, blah. To me, I was more like, holy shit, she's 98 pounds. And now we're going to have to believe that she's just going to make it through this match against someone who is definitely more than twice her size. There was a part of the match where Riho does a crossbody onto Nyla, and Nyla just, you know, sells it like she got hit by a semi-truck. And it's like, they just said she's 98 pounds. Do you think I'm going to believe that she was just gonna fly onto you and it was gonna have an impact like that? It just, I think it took away from a lot of things that Riho did, because now it just felt like this is not believable. Now, I know it's probably weird to say that some people who don't normally watch wrestling will look at Riho and be like, there's no way she's gonna win, but I just felt like that comment kind of ruined the match for me a little bit. But either way, it was still a great match. Riho does win. It's so typical. I hate the predictable booking thing. But right after that, while Nyla and Marina are leaving, Riho's still in the ring, and here comes the outsiders, Saraya and Toni Storm. Was Ruby there? I don't remember, but they come out and they spray Riho. Why did they just let Marina and Nyla go? If they're supposed to be against the AEW homegrown talent, why did they let them go? Just to get to Riho. It just didn't make sense. Wouldn't you also get Marina and Nyla especially? Or is it because they scared of her so they let her go? I just felt like that was just so freaking strange. So we end the show with Riho in the middle of the ring, and she's spray painted while the other girls leave. I just felt like that was just absolutely weird. However, I just feel like the booking is off, definitely, especially right after a pay-per-view. Like, come on, this is just weird. And second of all, I enjoyed last week's Rampage, and they were live. And I felt like there's a different vibe when they're live compared to them doing a tape show. I just don't understand what it is that's not working. And I kept trying to think, like, what can they do so they can be live? And honestly, I'm not sure. I know it's going to take some time before they can have a live show. They just have to up their booking, and it wouldn't feel like you're sitting through an hour of just bullshit. Now, there was great matches. I'm not going to knock the matches. I just feel like altogether they could have done so much better. Like, it could have felt like Rampage from last week when it was a live show. I don't know. Lately, it just seemed like there's a little bit more to complain about. And overall, it's the booking. Absolutely. And I feel like Tony Khan needs a strong team behind him so that they can push through that issue. Otherwise, I don't know how long AEW is going to last. Now, I do think they're doing a really great job overall, but at the end of the day, the booking matters the most. That's the reason why people watch. That's the reason why people don't watch. So if you guys don't, get it together, the ratings are going to fall down, and then the network's just going to pull y'all. Guys, thanks so much for watching my review. I'll be back on Wednesday with the review for Dynamite. Bye.